Hey there, I want to talk to you today about the number one mistake that people are making when trying to become a private jet flight attendant or are trying to continue to find more work in this industry. This is a highly competitive industry and you must be on your A game. You must bring your best foot forward, but there's one mistake that everybody is making. There's two different ways to get into this industry. You can either apply via, word of mouth. You can just send your information through somebody. Networking is basically what I'm trying to say. So whether it's somebody who owns a jet or manages a jet will reach out to their people, to their network and say, hey, I'm looking for a flight attendant for either a couple days trip or a full-time position on this airplane. Do you know of anybody who would be a great candidate? So then that network goes out and reaches out to everybody that they know and says, hey, I know somebody who needs a flight attendant, send me your information. And that person sends the information on to the actual person who's managing that account. Or there's actual job postings online, whether that's LinkedIn or the actual job posting on the website. So there's two very different ways to get into this industry, and both of them are very, very important. But the number one thing that people are not doing is not paying attention to detail. Now you're probably saying, what? Like, we're in the industry of detail. Well, I'm sure on your resume that you have attention to detail, or if you're sitting in an interview, you're like, yes, I love paying attention to detail. I'm detail oriented. But the details that a lot of people are forgetting is the details of the actual job posting. What is it that somebody is asking for? And I'm seeing this a lot in my networks. A lot of people are making postings saying, hey guys, why aren't you paying attention to detail when it comes to the actual job posting? So this is why I want you to listen absolutely careful. One of the biggest ways, like I said, about getting into this industry is word of mouth. Say the manager or somebody has a job posting, they need a flight attendant for a trip going out tomorrow. And it's, I need somebody in New York, but specifically in the Teterboro area. And it has to go out at this time, and I need this kind of experience on this type of airplane, and blah, blah, blah. These are all the details. Well, people are applying anyways and going, hey, I'm actually in Delaware, but I'm applying for this, job that's going out tomorrow. Can you airline me out? Well, did you pay attention to what the details said? I'm asking for somebody in the Teterboro area. I'm asking for somebody who has specific experience on this one aircraft. And oh, sorry, I don't have experience on that aircraft. Well, why are you not paying attention to this detail? So if you're not paying attention to the details when actually reaching out to somebody personally, that's going to raise a red flag in their mind. And they're going to go, oh, well, if this person can't pay attention to the detail, the short little details that I listed for this one specific trip that I need, why would I call them back? Because they're missing out on these little details. How are they going to pay attention to these large lists of details that some of these customers give? What you do, how you interact, and the details that you pay attention to when interacting within your network, if you lack the attention to detail, that person's going to say, oh, you know what? I'm not going to refer them because they couldn't pay attention to the smallest detail that I'm asking for this one trip. Now let's go to the other side of people posting, very large, in-depth, detailed descriptions. For this job posting, maybe it says, hey, contact me here. Do not contact me this way. Must have experience on this one type of aircraft and must live within 2 hours. So then people are applying to these jobs and they're contacting the people in the wrong way that they were asked for. They're not living in the area, or they don't have the experience on that aircraft. Now, while I always encourage people to shoot above and beyond, what their actual position is, please pay attention to the actual details of what these people are asking for. The biggest way to get on somebody's or say off of somebody's go-to list is to not pay attention to those details. Another pet peeve that I've seen that people have is when there are a ton of details listed in this job description. Somebody's taken hours to write out this massive job description, and you contact that person maybe in the way that they're asking for, but then you're saying, hey, well, what about this on the job? And what about this on the job? And the person's going, guys, the details are in the description. How are you not paying attention to these details? And that to me would be the number one reason why people are not getting called back in this industry is attention to detail, not on this very large scale of, hey, I'm on a jet and I'm, paying attention to details for the clients. Pay attention to the details of the people that you are networking with. Networking is the most important thing in the private jet industry. And if somebody sees you're doing something that's raising a red flag that, hey, this person's incapable of paying attention to the smallest details, you're not going to get called back. And getting called back is the biggest thing. Now, I've got a personal list, and everybody has a personal list out there that they're like, oh my gosh, yes, this person, this person, and this person is all amazing. And it's usually a small handful of people that each person will refer to, so when a company calls and says, hey, I need somebody out of Timbuktu, do you have anybody there? And these are the things that I'm looking for. Then I will mentally go through my list and be like, hey, I've worked with these people before, or, I've referred these people and I've gotten amazing feedback back from other people. I know they pay attention to detail when I ask things of them, or I'm looking for a position to be filled. Then, this way I can say, hey, I trust these people, and it's all about trust. This industry is about trust and detail. So then I will forward on. So if I have somebody coming to me and can't pay attention to the details that I'm asking for, then why would I suggest them on? So I know this is industry-wide. There's a lot of leaders in this industry who are facing the same things, whether it's in WhatsApp group chats, Facebook groups. Pay attention to those details. So let's just recap everything, guys. Attention to detail does not start on the airplane. Attention to detail starts from the moment that you contact somebody for either a contract gig or a full-time job. That is where the details must start. So if you're paying attention to those absolute little details and you're contacting people in the appropriate way that they've asked for, if you're in the right area that they have asked for, or if everything that you have lines up with those details that they are asking, reach out. Be sure to, I'd even, reassure those details. Hey, you asked for somebody who is XYZ in ABC. I meet all these requirements. I'm in this location. I can be there by this time. I'm not asking for, an extra airline out, or, whatever the details are. That's when you're going to start getting called back. So as you're getting into this industry, or as you're trying to continue on and make, thrive in this industry, be sure that you're paying attention to those details, because that is what is going to set you apart from all the hundreds, if not thousands of other flight attendants who are in this industry, trying all for the same gigs that you are. I just want to say there are some amazing people out there who are paying attention to details. So if that is you, I applaud you. Just get better at those details, before you're even stepping onto the jet. Those are so important.